What's up with you? I ain't in. Let's go.
Yeah.
Come on, turn it up, y'all. Let's go.
To the ones who overstand.
Let's go.
For the I and I, the noble blood, the ancient
Turn it up.
Rise up. Call me, y'all was taught to be black, but that ain't me. Just because I'm melanated, don't question my ethnicity. The black don't got no reason to be proud, cause you ain't got no history. That's what the world call me. Y'all was taught to be black, but that ain't me. Just because I'm melanated, don't question my ethnicity. The black don't got no reason to be proud, cause you ain't got no history. Tell them I'm Moorish from the sands of the east.
Share it out, y'all. Let's go. Share it out.
In the belly of the beast, I come from kings, scholars, and builders of peace, not the slave name they teach in the West Indies. They flip the script, erase the page. Now they call us black and keep us in a cage. But I Babylon with knowledge and rage. My Moorish flag wave high, it's a conscious stage. Oh, that's what the world call me. I was taught to be black, but that ain't me. Just because I'm melanated, don't question my ethnicity. The black don't got no reason to be proud, cause you ain't got no history. That's what the world call me. I was taught to be black, but that ain't me. Just because I'm melanated, don't question my ethnicity.
Come on, y'all. We gotta turn it up. Let's go.
Cause you ain't got no history. Fez on me, head crescent in the sky. Laugh for bloodline, I testify. More by birth, not some made up lie. Got the scrolls and the signs they try to deny. From Andalusia to Morocco's gate, we civilized nations built and educate. But now they got my people stuck in hate, forgetting who we are.
We'll be back in the studio soon, y'all.
Nation, ancient vibration, divine creation, Moorish foundation, reparation. Start with identification, know thyself, that's true liberation. That's what the world call me. I was taught to be black, but that ain't me. Just because I'm melanated, don't question my ethnicity. The black don't got no reason to be proud, cause you ain't got no history. That's what the world call me. Y'all was taught to be black, but that ain't me. Just because I'm melanated, don't question my ethnicity. The black don't got no reason to be proud, cause you ain't got no history. So stand tall, I and I, under just sun, we rise high. Not just a color, we truth, we legacy. We Moorish, eternally. Roll with it. DJ Derek.
So what's up, everybody? Yo, what's good? So listen, this is what we're gonna do, y'all. I'm gonna try something. So I'm gonna share this before I start this, y'all. I need everybody to go there and support. Let me tell you why. There was a video, and I'm gonna play this video. I didn't get paid for this, but Sinetta has it on his feed. So this is what I want everybody to do right now. I want everybody to go to Zelle, PayPal, Chime, and Apple Pay right now. Why? This video is what I'm going to play. Sinetta took this video, and I'm going to see if I can play the whole 2 hours. If y'all don't mind, I'm going to play the 2 hours. So strap in. I'm going to just share something with y'all. If you see this says Sabir Bey Productions, if y'all can read. Okay, Sabir Bey Productions, okay? Heritage of the Moors in America. Let me just go closer. You got it? So I'm saying this because to have Taj come out here, it costs money, his hotel, and people paid to go see this. But I'm gonna show you how this conscious community is, how I don't really rock with the conscious community like that, because a lot of these cats these motherfuckers is crazy, bro. These conscious cats is off the chain. So this is a Sabir Bey Productions, right? Heritage of the Moors. So I'm gonna take you back 8 years ago. And I don't get paid from Sinetta. I know y'all probably saying, go tell the white man, take him to court, sue him. No. Sinetta know what to do. He knows what to do. So how about you know what to do? So people that came in there, they paid to come in. Taj got paid to come out here in California. If you don't want to support, y'all can leave the feed right now because I'm gonna play the video. So the reason why I'm saying this is because Sinetta posted this up on his page. He posted it up on his page and put his watermark on there. I keep telling you, I'm from Philly, baby. Certain stuff that we handle ourselves, you know. But I want you to share this to Sinetta too. I don't need the 8 years, my sister Janice. Please support it. I just ask everybody to go to Zelle right now. PayPal, Chime, Apple Pay is right in the yellow. That's how you can show your support. All right. Did that sound fair? I don't need repeats. So Sinetta took the video and put it online. Crazy, right? This is what they do. And this was over 8 years ago, but I'm going to explain this to y'all because I'm going to take y'all back. We're going to take you back. So while this is playing, I want y'all to hit it up and support it. We're going to put it up here on the line, okay? We're going to play it. And in between here, I'm going to be stopping in between here. Yes, he did, brother. Yes, he did. You see his watermark on there? Sinetta. That's not Sinetta's. This is not Sinetta's Productions. Hold up. Give me 1 second. This is not Sinetta's production, brother. I just showed you what it was, right? So bear with me. This is not Sinetta's production. Has nothing to do with Sinetta. He had nothing to do with it. You see that right there? Sinetta, right? His watermark. You would think he would send out me some money, huh? Okay, so let me show y'all the beautiful thing about this. Are you ready? If you really got it, hold up. It's 2 parts to this mother freaking nigga. And this is another one. Sabir Bey Reduction. When you think you got one up on me, B, trust me, you don't. This is why I don't release certain things to people. This is another one. Why doesn't the black man in America have a nationality? Shout out to my brother Jamal. Why don't the black man have a nationality? Wouldn't you like to see this one too? But this is the one I want to share with y'all. Remember, I said it's 2 parts to this, okay? Just remember. Okay? I didn't give Sinetta the authority to put that up there. Not at all. So we're gonna have some fun, y'all. Let's rock out because I'm gonna take y'all back. So again, please support it right here, right now. The only person just did it was my brother Jamal. Shout out to Jamal. Let's go. I'm gonna take y'all back, baby. This is not a severe, not a production. Let's go.
To the best of my knowledge, I guess that I'm fresh on what I manifest. I never What's going on? Okay, what's the purpose of you stopping me? Yo, man, kicks around. You was just kicking at me a while ago. All right. Out West and Maine, rappers who proclaim to be the epitome of this game. Button like a hard, rugged and rough, soft like butter, creamy like a puff on the mic. No sense, no evidence. Just listen to the gangster and I will convince all that my power of speech. The title of the gangster they try to impeach, but it is protected by the black and the red. It's not true, all gangster the dead. Not a gangster with a gun doing crime, none of that. Killer MC with the real. I'm the gangster of rap. In fact, exact, I'm a dominant black. Coming full force on and power that's back. For all the party people, this is a fact. For all the pioneers, I'm going way back.
Take y'all back to 8 years ago. 8 years ago. Let's go. Let's turn it up, y'all. Turn it up. Let's go. They couldn't steal nothing from me. You can't.
Going way back to the early days of 75 and the black spades. Chillin' with my homeboy, Muscle Man Ron, and the Boogie Down Bronx, BKA P-Long. It was a privilege for people to see. Fan bottle, rockin' hard, and 123 on a Friday night. The boys would come running to hear Big B stop was shocking and stunning in the hill. Not a thing was chill. Sound masters on the loose and acting ill. Uptown, every weekend rock. Even 131 or around that block. But anywhere uptown, you haven't heard the sound. Hip hop, funky beats, MCs getting down. The truth, I swear, admit and declare. The Bronx was the first. I know I was there. The beats were dope. The set was on. By the way, saying peace to my brother Mel Quan. Dedication down a little bit more. The L Brothers, Grand Wizard Theodore, where we used to ill with the young sound masters in Castle Hill. I could keep going on, but more and more would break out and Barrett and the Funky Four. On the other side of town, the mics and the hands, the treacherous, also the veterans MCs cold in command. And then listen to that for an actual fact for all the pioneers. I'm going way back. Word.
Now you know, I know. KRS was just like,
Yo.
talk about dope. Just hit me one more verse, please.
Let's rap. So I can take a breath, cause I'm bearing the truth and nothing less. No disrespect intended, but I have to show you. If I didn't say it, then that means I did not know you. To know you to the point, to make it clear. If I don't say it, then that means you was not there. It's true. I'm from the old school. I'm the professor, and they are my pupils. I teach and never preach. Not a bloodsucker, parasite, or a leech. I'm telling you how. The Bronx is the home for the hip hop kids a long time ago. When I was raising hell with the nappy head of hair at the age of 12, I saw and heard crews that rock. The rock crushes monsters break out stop spots. You're not familiar with the funky sound that proved it right there. You wasn't down, had to earn a position and do hard work. You can work school work on my man Red Alert. Because he knows for sure about Flash, Easy Mash, and the previous boy. I'll run off some names with no offense. Listen up real close as I commence. My man Cool Fit, homeboy Trade D, straight wonderful to see in the atmosphere. Almighty KG at Union Square. Got to keep rock on. My man shut the rock up. KRS. Definitely, we would rock. And I can't forget my homeboy City Knot. It's the truth for an actual fact. For all the pioneers, I'm going way back.
Well, I think that's about far back as we can go.
Peace to my man Tino Rock.
Word. Saying peace to my brother Scott LaRock. He's in here.
Rock on.
Word.
DMX, peace.
Hey.
I'm gonna take you back. I don't even know, Stan. I don't know how that worked, but let me share this with y'all. So for y'all latecomers, I asked everybody if you wanted to contribute, you can, because everybody paid to come there and paid. We had to pay Taj to come here, Taj's hotel, Taj's food, all these beautiful things, and you're gonna have someone that take your information and put it online. I told you I got a lot of stuff that y'all probably would never ever see because of the Black conscious people. That is not Sanetta's production, people. So y'all should ask Sanetta every time you get on his feed, why you ain't send Sabir some money? He ain't doing me no. Sanetta's not doing me no favors, baby. I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. Sanetta's never doing me no favors. I just want to let y'all know that, just in case you think he's doing something, because he didn't sponsor anything pertaining to this. He never sponsored anything pertaining to this at all. Nothing. Okay? Not a flight, not a hotel, not food, not the venue, none of that. So the venue, the food, hotel. So I just want to share this with y'all. So I'm gonna play this video for y'all. So people came in and they paid people. So what you can do is pay too and help out. It's not a Sanetta's Productions. Okay. So I'm going to show y'all latecomers and why I'm asking y'all to do that. This is the video right here. This is it. It's 2 parts to this. Okay. Oh, you thought you was doing something. And that's not the only one. This is another one. Oh, this is my Baba James Smalls too. All in Cali. Sabir Bey Productions. Wesley, asked him. Muhammad, all the beautiful people that y'all watch on social media, they never reach out and never say, we're going to bring Sabir in. They don't do stuff like that. But I'm always got to be that dude. Was this in 2017? 8 years ago, big. Y'all ready? Remember I said this is not Sunnetta's production. So if y'all would like to support, you can go to the yellow banner and we're going to get this thing rolling. I don't like looking at myself, y'all, but I'm going to roll out. Look how short my hair was. So we're going to roll out. Please hit the yellow banner. Let's go. And in between, we're going to be taking it because it's 2 hours and 17 minutes, y'all. This particular one. But we're going to do something. I don't know. I always do these on my show, and I always put out books so people can read and reference. Don't take what Taj or myself say. Y'all have pens and papers. Look up everything. Question us on everything. We're not like most of these so-called scholars or teachers out here. We say question us, research it, come back. And we do classes every week on 1901 Atlantic Avenue, also in Long Beach. We do classes, civics classes at 7 o'clock every week. But there's a couple of books that I want to throw up. Come on, let's get started. Let's go. Give it out. I'm on X,
question out there for everybody, see if they can answer it. This is a book that everybody.
Let me help y'all out. I am on X, y'all. Real Sabir Bey on X. Real Sabir Bey on X. Real Sabir Bey on Instagram. Okay, so please tweet it out. We don't need nobody coming in late, okay? And please support it.
Everybody must have. How many people are familiar with 100 Amazing Facts About the Negro? Everybody should be familiar with this book. In this book, it speaks about the Moors. We were Ethiopians and Moors before the 1500s, before we were called so-called blacks. It's in his book. All right. Another book, great book. It's called, and mine is kind of beat up. You can tell I'll be reading this book, right? Ancient and Modern Brits, written in 1884, speaks about us also in this book in 1800s. Why aren't they teaching this to our people? And it tells you, but we were remembered as Moors in Britain. Okay. Another great book is 100 Amazing Facts. Actually, Nature Knows No Color Line. J.A. Rogers. Get these books, research them, and then start challenging these so-called scholars also. And also, before we get started, I have to give a thanks to Karen McGee that's in the hallway. Your host is out there. I will be your host this evening. Let's give a shout out to Karen. Because without her, a lot of stuff wouldn't go down. I'm just the guy to go get everything done. And actually, Brother Keith Washington is actually at the front door also. Without those two, because we brought like 5 people to California, and I'm glad to see a lot of young people in the room. And this is what we need, because I was going to turn around and leave. I'm serious. If we don't at least have 3 of them, I'm walking. We have another one back there. I'll leave. But we have to deal with the youth, okay? And also people that's looking at this also, because again, we're projecting ourselves into the future. Peace to my Zulu Nation family also, because I'm also Zulu.
I projected myself in the future, B. That's crazy. This was 8 years ago.
African Mbada is peace and blessings. Actually, peace and blessings is what he says. Not blessings, blessings. Because bless means blood sacrifice. Okay. Oh, yeah, y'all gonna get it in. We got etymology DVDs back there too, so we gonna get it in. Before we get started, I have a giveaway. This is actually a promo for a reality show with KRS-One and I at the radio station. If someone in this room can name the name of this country, actually, my co-host just walked in the room. Peace, Brother Sal. Come here, Brother Sal, real quick, bro. Come here, man.
I'm gonna show you how this works.
This is actually
I pulled everybody.
The one that kicked me off doing the radio show. That brother right there. Come on up here for a minute, brother. He is the one that kicked me off and supported me 100%. When nobody else did, this brother did. Look at it. Brother Sal. So when you see these guys, those are the ones that make the Sabir Bey show work. And Jessica Abraham. Now, before we get started, can anybody give me the name of this country? Let's go to the young one. Say that, come here, man. Come here, man. See, let me show you how smart the children are. Say that again. His father taught him very well. Say it again.
California.
Woo!
California, he said. California. I know that's kind of threw you off, didn't it? Y'all was gonna say America, didn't you? We all study civics, right? America's a continent with 3 of them. The country is California with that flag right there, which they call states. Get your lessons together. Here you go, brother. Round of applause, and thank his father back there. This is what we do in the Moor's Order of the Round Table. We teach basic fundamental principles of civics, which is lost in school today. That's what we do. But before now, listen, y'all got to stand to your feet. Listen, y'all have a living legend amongst y'all right now. But this brother right here, real quick story, how I met this brother. I studied under a brother by the name of Kamar Gabriel. Y'all may not know him because he's not around right now. This brother I studied under for 3 years before I met this. You know how we see Matrix? You see the Matrix? When he was ready, he took him to the Oracle. Remember? That's how it was with me. I was a Muslim. I'm not gonna lie. I had a beard down here, the kufi on, the skirt on. The jalabia on. I had that on. That's what I was looking like. And the brother walked with one of those on his head. And I said, brother, what's that hell on your head? He said, hat. That's not a hat. That's a national headdress. I'm like, okay. This was 15 years ago. I was strictly in Sunni Islam. Hard. You couldn't tell me nothing. Nothing. This brother said, come to my house. I'm going to talk to you. When I walked in his house, he studied under Brother Taj. No, he studied under Taj. He took me to a library. All Moors must have libraries in their house. He had a library in his house. The first word he told me to look up was Indian and tore the word apart. The word Indian meant indigo, which meant dark people. I was like, oh, wait a minute. You mean it? You know, this is the teaching. Studied under this brother for 3 years before I met him. And I kept saying, I want to meet him. He said, you're not ready. This is what he said to me. You're not ready. 3 years. I was going out, challenging cops the whole 9 yards. This is what I was doing because I was arrogant at the time because I got the information. But it was 3 years I studied. And he took me to Camden, New Jersey, where we used to have classes every, Friday was a Wednesday, Fridays, and Sundays. Every week, he took me there. And I met this brother. I was dumbfounded like, yo, I was like, wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. Like, really? You know, but they made you feel comfortable there. You know what I mean? It made you feel comfortable. And from that point on, I've been rolling with this brother right here. I said, yo, you need to be heard worldwide. And that's when I got my chance to do radio, I brought him on. Everything that I do, I brought this brother in for the past 15 years. And thanks to Brother Kamar Gabriel and Brother Sabir Bey, because he remembered my son was 1 year old. My son is 16 now, actually. But
son that got killed.
Yes, I have a son 16. I have one older than that too. Don't get it twisted. But ever since then, I've been bringing this brother around every chance I have. But listen, y'all, stand to your feet because y'all on actually an educational and informational journey. Let's give it up for my brother, my teacher, my living legend, Brother Taj Bey in California. Listen, come right. I'm telling you, that's all I'm going to tell you right now. If you up to challenge him, you will lose. I'm going to tell you this. You will lose. So grab a pen, piece of paper, get your notes,
and get to work. Cross
your T's and dot your I's.
And get to work.
Because he may go over your heads. I'm the kind of guy to bring it down here, but he's up here.
Share it out.
But follow him. He's going to be kind of funny sometimes. I'm trying to tell you that.
Thank you.
But
share it out.
I'm going to bring my brother Sabir Bey up to the front so we can get this thing. And he got his own OJ
right there, y'all. Let's go.
OJ. That is
OJ.
Much more
fresh.
Islam.
Let's bring my brother Sabir Bey up to the front, y'all, so we can get it in.
Thank you, good brother.
Yes.
I want to thank Sabir and Karen for the hard work they've been doing. And yes. And this is a beautiful place, isn't it? Isn't it, you all? And I just want to bring this to everybody's attention.
Remember, this is not Sinetta's. This is my...
Y'all want to make sure it gets to that, right? Right? All right. It is certainly worthy. We won't cut through the chase because our time is very short. But I want you to take notes, challenge everything I say. First, all mothers rise, please, in the house. even the little ones. We want to give you honor for bringing us here. We already know that all Asiatic African countries and culture is matriarchal, not patriarchal. We're kind of messed up a little bit, you all, because we have started following after Rome, and we've mixed the dogma of the papacy into the principles of ancient Asia and Africa. That's basically where we're messed up as far as our mental problems and our divisions. But we know that no one gets here except through the Stargate. So we want to thank you all for bringing us here. Thank you, mothers. Thank you. And know that nothing is done without the counsel of the woman. So when you all start getting back in government, you better get right, because divine law does not recognize person or station, and we've been violating the law. What we're going to do today is real quick for those, we know that COINTELPRO operations are in order at all times. Any Asiatic African organizations that set up to begin to free or liberate people, they will always have infiltration. So don't be surprised. All right? I'm going to make a couple of notes to prepare you for the connections that we're going to make. Take notes, because I'm going to connect you back to the estate, because there's a lot of things that you need to be doing, particularly last year. But let's jump ahead a little bit. I want you to write this down anyway. House Joint Resolution 2847. And this is where the United States Corporation, the religious corporation of the United States company, which is not the land, understand it's a private religious organization belonging to the popes of Rome. They're going to be stealing all your bank accounts. July the 1st.
Hear it out, people.
Because the worlds are turning in all of their T-bonds. Do you understand? And so you're going to have to learn a little bit about estate, because you lost your estate. So you're going to have to learn law, international law, to begin to protect yourselves and your families. Put away water and food so you can survive at least 6 months. We won't even get into that right now, but don't think it's fake, because these Romans are going to try to starve you out. So let's not even play games with this thing. I want to make a point to you so that you know one of the Masonic secrets that Obama exposed when he went to Hikupta. Hikupta is the proper name of Egypt. That's not Egypt. That's a sociological name. We use it just like anything else. We come to people where they are, but the adepts are to take them where they should be. Are we clear? All right. Give you an example. The land you're standing on is Morocco. This is the flag that's been on this land over 70,000 years. From ancient Amexem, Central Old Africa is Old Amexem. That's the Yucatan area, and is referred to by the sociologists as old.
I'm going to be pausing this so y'all can understand this. When we say this, understand that it was all connected. That's what he's trying to tell you. I told y'all to get this book called Africa versus America. I was in Spain looking for this for the longest. Africa versus America. It's all was connected. Pangea. So understand what he's saying, y'all. Get this book. The Spanish version is $429. I have the English translation of the book, Africa versus America. I hope y'all got that. Okay. Let's go back. Pay attention.
Olmec. That's Old Amexem. The ancient scientific complexes there, actually in Mexico. The technology took place in Mexico, and the genetic research was done, or what you call the eugenics, took place more in Patagonia. Patagonia today is called Argentina. This is where the hybrid was made that is referred to in the book of Genesis, chapter 25, with when Isaac asked Allah that his wife was barren, and that we hook her up, and she bared 2 sons, 2 children, but they're not twins, they're 2 different nations. That is a little bit of information on the hybrid experience, that experiments and the technology that was formulated at Pedro Negra, that's in Mexico, and the technology was carried out in Patagonia, which is Argentina, and that's where your red man was made, who is known today as the Roman. That has been the source of the world's problems for quite a couple thousand years right now. Not quite farther than that. But because people don't know the real history of humanity, we're kind of confused. And because some history is held back from you by those who rule on both sides, people have become hateful with each other. They've become divided. They think races. There's no races. There's one race. It's called the human race. And the human race is expanded into families, which are called nations and nationalities. And logically, cutting through that chase, with the great red chieftains who set up the order of the Franciscan Brotherhood for the overthrow of the Moorish Empire, is the source of the world's problems today across the planet. So I want you to write this down so that for anyone who thinks they can challenge this information, it's available. All scholars know this stuff. But understand, sometimes when people get caught into paths and they find out certain information, they're limited, or they have a reluctance to reveal that information because it proves them as being frauds right along with the European. You understand? Just like, for instance, the paradigm. How many people know Carlos Linné? Carlos Linné. He's referred to in history as Carl Linnaeus. He is one of the Maltas that set up the code system for the phenotypes that is used today. This is where those overseer scholars get this black-white paradigm from. That's totally fictitious. It's for servitude. Are we clear? For instance, like when our people agree to be black people, they come under the Christian black codes that was set up in 1868 when they closed the Freedmen's Bureau. That's an agreement, and those codes apply. That's where your abuse comes from, because there's no such people. It's a code system for Christian property. Doing this, human beings aren't crayons, but some adults have difficulty handling that. But that's the truth. So we're going to deal with some history. We're going to deal with law. Understand that law and history goes together. Law and history goes together. All scholars know this fact. But keep in mind that when you're dealing with what you call truths, political truths on the human condition, it has a tendency not to generate a lot of finance for the pockets of the leader guys.
Nope.
And so they have a tendency to suppress that kind of history because it can't be sold. It's birthright issues. Do you understand? And so they usually will sell you things that get you emotionally charged and where they can collect finance but cure nothing. Are we clear? Yeah. So we're going to talk about some things today that you can use when you start getting in trouble, like when the Inquisitionists come after you. Under the Spanish Inquisition, with Torquemada and the rest, for the collections of the tithing for the Roman army, it is called the Inquisition Revenue Services. It was set up, solidified in a corporate entity by Woodrow Wilson
Inquisition
to counter Noble Drew Ali in 1913 to 1916, and that's the Federal Reserve. And the Internal Revenue Services is really the Inquisition Revenue Services. It's a tax from the popes of Rome. The 1040 form that they have you sign or set up during the entry of Astarte, that's the entry of the crescent and the star when the Venus and the moon comes into the eastern sky. They call it East Star. The star is now in the east. During that time, you got to pay the queen. And so the 1040 that you've been signing, that so-called tax for the Internal Revenue Service, 40% goes to the Queen of England, 60% goes to Rome. Not a penny goes to your children, not a penny goes to your streets. That's why you're broke. And it has nothing to do with the republic that was set up by the Moors and some Europeans to stop the wars between the Christians and the Muslims, which is really what the United States Republic actually is, the beacon light that was set up by agreement to stop the hundreds of years of wars between the Moors and the Christians. That's your connection to this said government. Are we clear? That is not the national flag. That's the flag of amity and commerce. That's the national flag. Or do you understand? I'm gonna give you a few keys for you to understand, and understand that you're right now you're standing in Mexico.
Yep.
North America, Central America is Moors and Mexicans.
Yep. All Mexico.
We're to the north. Mexico is to the south. They're your family.
Yep.
Do you understand? The only alien here is Europeans. No, you got to get that straight. Don't abuse the knowledge and don't reject people. Don't make them feel bad, but don't let them play that game with you that your family is aliens. And so when they start calling your brothers and sisters aliens, you correct them on the spot. Because when they steal their birthright, they're stealing your birthright. Do you understand? So welcome to Mexico. Welcome to Queen Khalifa's territory, because it was named after Queen Khalifa. She was a Moabite queen. She ruled this whole area. She was actually one of the last of the ones of the fighters to die from the empire. Yes. So you got to really know your real history. And then a lot of Asiatics know this, but if they tell that real history, they can't keep on promoting the diaspora, which is partly fiction, because they didn't bring us from anywhere. We were already here. We were here for thousands of years.
Yep.
You know, and of course all the land or the earth we call Asia. And we came from Asia, went into Lower Asia Minor and called it Africa. This is why you're referred to as Asiatics. And everybody knows that, but that kind of spoils the game that they've been playing on our people. You see the point? Because they've structured history in such a way to distort history that even in the quest of getting out of the European jurisdiction, they told more lies. And then once they're caught, they don't want to back up and clean this mess up. But in real law, you can't lie and get something positive out of it. All it does is give the European excuse for mandate. This is why the Europeans still ruling, because we're full of doo-doo. No, it's true. And people, you know, we have limited courage to just tell the truth and recognize that all of the problems of humanity is not just the Europeans' fault. It's also our fault for violating our own law.
Yep.
For violating our own principles.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And so we fell. So you need to know the real history so that you must rise where you fell. And you must rise with honor. So you must come into this knowledge with love and not hate. Does not mean that you're supposed to let somebody kick your butt. But don't come in this thing with hate because you're not innocent. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? And so while the Europeans under the Pope and the Hasidic, who are claiming to be Jews or not Jews, there's no such thing as Jew. It's Yahudi. We're Yahudi. Do you understand? Jay didn't come into the language to the 1500s. You know, so we are the ones who crossed the river anciently from the ancient pharaohs of Hikupta. And those of us who crossed the river are falsely referred to as Jews. It's not Jews. It's not who we are. It's what we did. Do you understand? And people.
Let's pause this for 1 second for you latecomers. I asked everybody to come on his feed and please support and donate something, right? I paid to bring Taj out here. I paid for everything. We paid all of this, even the venue. For Sanetta to put, this is the video. It's 2 parts to this. This is the video. It's Sabir Bey's productions, not Sanetta's. So, okay, it's 2 parts to this. And I need y'all to support it right now. Because why I'm saying this for y'all latecomers, because Sanetta put his watermark on here and it's not Sanetta's. This is not Sanetta's, people. You see that watermark, Sanetta TV? This is not Sanetta. I don't get no money from Sanetta. He don't give me no money, no royalties, nothing from this. So people say, well, you should go sue him. No, I'm not going to sue him. What y'all should do is support, because everybody that came in this room supported. And I have more videos that's not even online. So please, people, this is over 8 years ago. So please, people, support me now. Go to the yellow banner and support it. Because I know Negroes love stuff for free, but you can go here. Apple, Chime, Zelly, okay? If you are enjoying this, please support it. It's not Sanetta's. It's mine. Okay, so don't ask, oh, you should sue Sonetta. No, you should ask Sonetta why you're not giving Sabir Bey royalties.
Are confused when they go into the Bible and stuff like that and think it's a different people. We're the same people. Like they say, Ham and Cush, son, father and son, it's same family. It ain't different people. You know, and now the sociologists call us Semitic. That's a term that was made by German sociologists. It's not original, but that is in reference to Asiatic African peoples of the Nile Valley and out. Do you understand? So when they start calling you anti-Semitic, they're saying you're against yourself. So, you know, so I mean, that's to remove the confusion. And understand that the Romans, the Europeans who call themselves Jews, are most of the Europeans that took over the Yetta. That's the areas, that the wealthy areas in Europe that the Moors ruled before the Romans ran the Moors out of Europe on 1492 with the Pontifex of 1492 and Inter Caetera Divina 1493, which makes the policies of the politics of the planet Earth today. The enforcement of those bullas from the church are enforced by what is known as the Secret Treaty of Verona, which you can find in your congressional records. Write that down, Secret Treaty of Verona. This is the basis of the interior overthrow of the republic and the setup of the demos system referred to as a democracy in 1933 with Skull and Bones member not Lyndon Baines Johnson, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, to put a capstone on what Wilson did in 1913, which was also done by certain traders in 1871, when they turned the republic into a corporation in order to put the Moors later, as they did earlier, solidify the 14th Amendment artificial person in the state of Delaware as Christian property. This is why such persons is called Negroes, Black, and Coloreds, and what do they call themselves this week, can't vote with them names that don't belong to them, except that the overseer, or what you call the CEO, through the Senate, agrees that their cattle can vote as 3/5 persons because they have no name and nationality. When you understand the history from a law perspective, your view will change from it just being some historical flaw or some little dirty trick that the Europeans do. You would need to understand its political ramifications. Because you transact business in another man's name, don't talk about estates and don't talk about property because you don't even own your own body. And this is where, under the Christian Black codes, where they set up where the marriage license is registered in the Department of Commerce, then registered in the Department of Orphans. And this is where your children, even before they're born, become wards of the state, which is a legal term for nice slave. And see, nobody's offended because they know that most of our people don't read law. And so they just hear the word and it's interesting, you know. And then the scholars ain't going to tell them because they playing this black game. Do you understand? When they know these people aren't black. Also, I want you to write down black, and I want you to go into Oxford Dictionary, and I'm going to show you why they don't have hardcover Oxford dictionaries in communities where persons of color exist, because they want you to think it's an identity. Color means actually artificial person, means a fake, singularicum, as distinguished from that which is real. So they need promoters to make you think it's real, to take you out of the human family. Now you come under the black codes. This is where your abuses come from legally, because it's an agreement.
Trying to tell you,
because every man, woman, and child must honor their mothers and fathers. You're no different. We like to think we are, but you're really not different. Now, this is American Heritage Dictionary. You also must have this. Now, this is makes for the babies too. You want
pay attention, people.
American Heritage Dictionary on the English language of the English language. This is one of the standards. Don't start doing them paperback books. Just stop. Don't even go there. You know what I mean? And don't hesitate to stop at flea markets, old books. Don't let the people talk about, you know, them old books that your grandmom had. Throw them out because we don't get the new. No, don't throw them out. It's where the knowledge is. Do you understand? You want at least 13 dictionaries in your library.
No doubt,
minimally.
You, Brother Jamal.
Of course, you can have
Let's
more.
hit this like button, share
minimally.
Support
So
button.
you want etymology on the English language. Oxford's dictionary, all scholars have Oxford's. Are we clear? And you got to remember that all your major institutions and universities in Europe were actually built by Moors. This is why all of your rulers in secret are Masons and wear a Moorish fez while pretending not knowing who the Moors are. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? And all your Christian ministers.
Let's pause this for 1 second. So since y'all saying he getting 10K, could y'all do me a favor? Can we share this out so I can get 10K? Please, let's go. Let's get 10K because you should really get the hard copies of the video. Y'all should really get the hard copies. I have it. So please, brother, top, stop the cap, support, brother. It don't take nothing to go to Zelle, PayPal, and Chime. Please go there. So if it got 10K, if Sanetta got 10K on it, please let's make this go 10K because I can tell you verbatim what it is. How about that part? Let's continue. Let's go.
99% of them are 32 and 33 degree Masons, got a Moorish fez. And in secret in their rituals, they how they say, what is Jesus' favorite statement? How did Jesus greet the people? He spoke Aramaic. He says, Assalamu alaikum. That means peace be unto you. But then if they told him that, they got to tell them the rest of the history and why one of the first lessons they get in all secret societies is Ruth the Moabitess, his great-great-grandmother. Because Moabite is the ancient name for the Moors, who are the people today, got hair like lamb's wool, skin like burner's brass, that think human beings are crayons, unfortunately. So we have this kind of problem with our people not knowing who they are. And it's fine on one level from an intellectual perspective. Problem is that they're not aware of the legal ramifications. Now, who in this room, particularly, preferably a woman, because women have better energy. Not that we got it going on, but don't throw shoes at me. Anyway,
come on,
any sisters who don't know that you're Moor? Y'all know you're Moors. That is kind of hard to get somebody to work with this stuff now. Anyway, preferably, and then so take a child. Sis, can you come up for me, please? You notice that look? Who, me? You talking to me? Yes, sis, please. And bring the child with you. Now this is just an American Heritage Dictionary, but I want to show you, I'm going to reconnect you. When I say reconnect, because we're talking political, real estate, real property, estate law, and preserving your wealth, as well as reclaiming your estate, right? Now, you know what's your name?
Alex.
Say it.
Alex.
Say, give us the mic, because we're gonna make sure this brother is on. Give us the mic.
This is what we do, baby.
Alex,
we're young.
Come on. You want to introduce your mom?
Charnel.
Charnel? Charnel? All right, get in the mic. Now I want to show you all how simple this stuff is before we get into the law and reconnect you, right? Because we want everybody to leave here tonight with something that you can work with politically. If you have any issues in courts or if the IRS is trying to steal your estates, the information I'm going to give you, at least will give you something to work with that. And then you can work with some more stuff later on, but let's ground you. Let's get you with something you can work with, all right? Because the deal of it is, what they steal from you, if you can put it back to your family, you can start building your economics, because that's where they're robbing us, all right? So now let's talk about this. Get in the mic. You're very young.
Listen up.
However, you are like more or less my age. It is common for us to hear this phrase, don't worry about their children. They will never compete because they can't read. And those who can won't. Do you know why they say that?
No.
Because we don't read. And not because we can't read, is because we've been trained under the Inquisition operations to shun literature, because all Asiatic Africans by culture had a library in their house like you have a kitchen.
Yep.
That culture, the Europeans successfully killed it. And this is where the Europeans were burning books for over 300 years under the Spanish Inquisition to kill Moorish culture. This is why they created the brand system of Negro, Black, Colored, Indian, etc., and then put overseers amongst us to keep pushing that paradigm to remove us from the inherited estate. Because without the honor of your mothers and fathers, you have no inheritance. Now, we're going to take an ordinary dictionary because we already know there's a lot of scholars will sit up and say, act like this is a belief system, right? They don't fear us because they know that most of the time when people present us with information, we don't challenge it, we don't read, and we don't know how to deal with the etymon. Do you know what the etymon is?
No.
All right, how many people know what the etymon is? Not enough. Not in this house. In this house, y'all supposed to know. Etymon. Etymon, the etymon.
Etymon and etymology.
Raise your hands.
Two different things.
I don't, not.
Two different
Do one of them things.
Etymology is two different things. Okay.
All right, now listen. The etymon is to words, language across the planet what Adam is to everything that is built. Are we clear? Yeah. Oh, that's so sweetie. Don't let this make you feel good. Anyway, come on up here, sis. Yes. Yes. Anyway, but now myself and these babies, right, come from that ankh. When you see that ankh, also referred to as a sistrum, is the uterus, fallopian tubes, birth canal, the Holy Cross.
It's like Eakins Oval.
Stargate. No one gets here but through her. This is why all ancient deities are female, because it's just the truth. It has nothing to do with what everybody makes up later for some political gain. But anyway, babies, this is the etymon principle. Like you can take, and because we're dealing with the egg or the ovum of words, that's the seed of a word, is the etymon. All right? The etymon is the seed, ovum, egg of a word. All right? It is used across language around the world by all scholars except those who are paid off. Will not reveal it to their believer degrees. Meaning believers don't get this information, just adepts. Adepts, whether you're dealing with Skull and Bones, Knights Templars, Knights of Columbus, Eastern Stars, Daughters of Isis, Kyklos, Ku Klux Klan, Union Guard, White Camellia, Skull and Bones, anyone in your mystic degrees, all of them, don't get it twisted, just because they're in Islam or Christianity or Judaism, they're all Kabbalists. Are we clear? And all of them know what that Kaaba is in Mecca. All of them do. And we ain't talking about the evils that people do in the name of religion. We're talking about the science that is the true cosmology, Kabbalistic yoga philosophies that comprises religion across the planet. Are we clear? That's where your imams, your rabbis, your ministers, your sheiks, your grand sheiks, your Skull and Bones members, etc., all of them are Kabbalists. Are we clear? All of them are adepts. Are we clear? Because they're dirty and very few of them are clean, they've created these things that you know as sects. S-E-C-T-S. And those are those little package games they made to divide people against each other in the name of religion when the masses don't get religion. Are we clear? I'll give you another key, and I challenge you to challenge it. Spirit and spirituality means breath and the art of breathing and nothing else. And all priests know that. Spirit and spirituality is breath, the art of breath, learning to breathe to prepare yourselves to receive the electrical charges from the Akashic records that exist in nature that connects you to the higher mind, which is religion. Are we clear? Now, I'm telling you that to keep this stuff simple so that you can challenge it, because I know it make people get upset because they think you're attacking their beliefs. Beliefs are for children, otters, and animals and imbeciles. Faith are when they grow up a little bit more. And fruition is the degree that you're supposed to be on, but most of you never heard of it because the priesthood don't give it to you. So I'm just telling you so that you understand what them 3 candlesticks represent around the square altar in ancient Hikupta that you call Egypt, that is preserved all over the world. Belief, faith, fruition. Its reflection, neophyte, scholar, and master. And all of your priesthood got the 3rd light or the 3rd rock from the sun, your pyramid, which is the triune Allah or all universal law. Are we clear? And it comes through woman herself. Are we clear? But anyway, so just cut through that so that you will understand some questions that you might have that we don't need to answer. You'll answer them yourself later about 1 o'clock tonight when you're resting. So I gave you keys. Now, this is what we're going to do, baby. This is what now matrix means womb. Are we clear? When you go into language across the planet, all scholars, all priests are trained in etymology and are taught the rule of the etymon. All PhDs have it. All Europeans in their pristine schools get it, but you don't get it in your schools. Now, when you go in the Moor Science Temple of America and go in the adept chamber, you get the adept degree. You get adeptus degree. Are we clear? Yes. Drew Ali set it up for this information to be taken to the 4 corners of the world to all nations. Unfortunately, J. Edgar Hoover and Calvin Coolidge saw different and infiltrated. This is why we have difficulties setting up schools, which should be in every temple. So when you have a Moor Science Temple, do the best that you can to support your temple in your area, because those are regencies. You must protect them, even though some of them may not be run right, because you're going to need them. I'm telling you. You're going to need them, all right? But what we want to do is show you how easy it is to educate people by teaching them the etymon degree that all the priests have, all right? See, so when you get the etymon degree, you're not a follower anymore. You know why? Because at that time, you're able to take your hand and lay it in Allah's hand and remove the middleman. That's why a lot of people don't like Drew Ali. Why? Because when you really, really, really begin to study what he laid out, the priesthood is being dissolved because they've been dirty. And when people start recognizing they get in the power, they're in the position of power, and they start really, really seeing what he set up, they start betraying. But they keep the seat. They keep the seat, but they betray the cause and try to act like Drew Ali didn't teach national constitution law, which is necessary for you to regain your lost estate. All right. Now let me show you something. So these are children, and I'm going to show them the basic adept degree, and you being a woman and a mother and governor by nature, you make sure I don't tell them something wrong. That's your job, all right? And then you either verify, clean up, or do what is necessary. But I want to show the babies, and then they'll be able to teach other children, because they're not going to get this in school. This is only given to European children or people who are rulers. There's not given to people who are followers. And understand, don't think it's just the Europeans. All your Negro leader, marcher leader guys got this stuff too, because 90% of them are 32-degree Masons.
Yes,
so don't let them fool you just because they don't tell you. It's the devil. Yeah, they keep you away from it. You understand? Now, this is what occurs. So basically with children, you can take like an egg carton, cut 4 pieces off, and then you put 8 parts of speech in each basket, and you start the children on power numbers, 3, 5, and 7, according to the age. Like when they're maybe 2 and 3, you give them basic words, and you give them the dictionaries, and you always have clean water around, do the libation and everything, clean water, and you train them properly. And you always have good light, etc. Make sure there's no stress. And you never begin to study without dictionaries on your desk adjacent to whatever other discipline you have. So there's no scholar that sits down with one book. Are we clear?
Wait, hear that again? Say it again.
What I just say, mama. When you're studying, you never sit down with one book. Say if I have a book on geometry. So I got a book on geometry, the subject matter for the moment, right? You got to have an etymology dictionary there. You got to have a Latin to English dictionary, Hebrew to Latin dictionary, and a heritage dictionary all together, available, not going to the shelf to get it. That's supposed to be on your desk. That's standard. Are we clear? Are we clear? So if you build that in your babies now, by the time they get to college, they'll be bored to death because they'll already recognize that these people ain't teaching them nothing. Because this is third grade degree that I'm giving them right now. So keep this in mind. I'm giving them third grade etymon. Third grade. All right. So the first thing is done when you're looking up a word. So look up black as an example.
Now pause this 1 minute, y'all, and I want to demonstrate something. And why I'm saying this because my daughter she has all these things in her hand. What he's trying to tell you is have multiple. This is Spanish. This is Arabic, right? Spanish, Arabic. This is German. This is French. This is Latin. Do you understand me? So these scholars that y'all give all your money to don't show y'all these things. This is what we've been teaching. So when you go, you pull it all out for people. You give it to them. So when people think I'm crazy because I can't give y'all everything when I'm live because it tires me out. And you get tired after a while. You truly get tired. Okay, so let's move forward. Pay attention and please share this up and please support and share. People.
You know, hold these together. Hold the book together. Now, you know that both Europeans and Asiatics have been training our people that they're black people. And they insist on saying that, right? Now, I'm going to give you proof of why Europeans laugh all the way to the bank, say, don't worry about them because they can't read. And they know the overseers are doing the rest of the work for them. So look up the word black. And I'm going to show you a rule, the etymon rule. I'm going to let them go through a little experiment that I always do. This is because it becomes yours. You know, like if you tell somebody something, oh, that's interesting. But, you know, that brother said this. But if you show them and let them go through it, it becomes their own. That's how they're supposed to be taught. They're not supposed to be followers. They're supposed to be taught. They're supposed to be able to come back to the teacher and deliver something on their own merit. Are we clear? True education is based on merit, not followership. All right, you found it? Now, I'm going to show you how they're trained in school. It's almost automatic. It's almost given. Now, I want you to read the definition, and mother, follow them and guide them. Read the definition. Now, watch this, you all. Go ahead. Go into the mic. Go ahead into the mic.
Being of dark skin. What does it say?
Speak clearly, because they got to hear you in the back. Get in the mic. Get in the mic, because they got to hear you. Get in the mic.
Being of dark skin.
Now, stop. Now, it's one time. I want you all to pay attention to this. Pay attention to this, all right, baby? All right, take notes. Girlfriend was taking notes earlier. She on, boy. All right, do it again. That's one, right? Do it again.
Being of darkest arch.
All right, stop. Do it again. Go ahead.
Being of darkest
Now, I want you to pay attention to this too, right? Because this is very important. And this is one of the reasons why the Europeans have fun referring to adult Asiatics that are called black as boys and girls, because they don't know the rules. So let's talk the rules, right, y'all? All right. Now, look at this, baby. Read that again. And I want you to pay attention to what I'm getting ready to point out to you.
All you black people, come on, let's go.
And I let them do it 3 times, and you pay attention to this, all right?
Being of darkest
Now I'm going to show you something. You see this? You see this, mother? You see that right there? Right there, it's in italics, right after the word, isn't it? Why is it in italics? Because it's emphasizing, isn't it? And what does that italics point to? It's an adjective. This is what scholars are trained in etymology.
Hold up.
Sociologists have introduced
Hold on 1 second.
for social control. It makes the others the bill-paying believers. That's what makes the PhD the professor and the others paying them ridiculous over and over again sessions or stuff they could learn overnight if they were taught the rules. So if you teach the rules, they can't justify all these years and years and years in these semesters. Do you understand? Now I want you to see that because I want you to give support, and I want you to also consider when you're studying. Now, when they're using language, they deal with what is called morphology, transfer, etc. And then you deal, when you're dealing with engineering, social engineering, they would use compound words, etc., stuff like that. So what is a compound word, baby? What's a compound word?
Words put together.
Oh, go ahead, girl.
Whoa.
Let me get myself together.
Compound word.
All right,
baby.
girl. We got this. So now, as you can see, when you follow down and you see the compound word, what's that compound word right there, biggest day?
Me?
Biggest day. What's that compound word?
Right here.
Yes.
Oh, black or a Moor?
Why are you saying it with a question mark?
Black and Moor.
Now, what's the part of speech?
Any dark.
Noun. The noun, the matrix. Noun. So now it separates the adjective from the noun. You see that? See, black or more. Any dark-skinned person, especially an African Negro, earlier black, small case, then more, and see how the black is all case, which means a straw, and is separated from more, which is a capital letter. There's the identification of these people who think they're black, right in the dictionary. See that?
Mm-hmm.
Spell it.
Moor.
All right. See how simple it is to educate children? So welcome to class, Moors. All right. Are we clear? It's in the dictionary, isn't it?
The work we do.
It doesn't even take a scholar, does it? It just takes somebody to read it, doesn't it? Thank you very much. Give them a hand, y'all. So now we're going to talk about your lost estate. All right? And it's best to use the children because it can't be disputed. Then we bring an adult to show the methodology. So as a mother, because women are protective anyway, and she can see for herself. But then imagine all of us going through that same little third grade grammar lesson and recognize how you've been miseducated, not just by Europeans, but by your own. These people know that you're not black. They don't doubt it. They know that you're not black. And they know that you're Moors. That's why they have the Mummers Parade in Philadelphia where they took your birthright. Mum's the word. And that's why they used to do it in blackface until the Good administration, because Good was conscious and he stopped it. Do you understand? Yeah, Cecil B. Moore, yeah. But I want to read a little bit from Statement of Noble Drew Ali, then we're going to go into a few things. I'm going to ask you what you see, and then I'm going to show you again your connection to this estate so that the information that you're given makes sense to you. I don't want to talk to you and go like this, all right? I want to talk to you and go like this so you can use the information. We're not here to sound good. We're here to free people. This is the age of liberation. Are we clear? Not talking it, we want to do it. All right? But whosoever will, let them come. Whosoever will, let them hear. So let's give you some facts to back up what we demonstrate through the babies, all right? So we want them to grow up not dealing with this paradigm of this ridiculousness of thinking that human beings are crayons that we have in difficulty to purge these adults from, which steals their birthright. And then they give the birthright to the European and then get mad at him because he acts like the sovereign. Do you understand what I'm saying? Don't get mad at him. Not altogether, but he's not totally guilty. We keep giving him the sovereign power, then complaining because he acts like a sovereign. So I want to go into the divine warning by the prophet. And I'm going to go into about the 5th paragraph. Now the wealth of all national governments, gold and silver and commerce belong to the citizens alone, and without your national citizenship, by name and principles, you have no true wealth. And I'm hereby calling on all true citizens that stand for a national free government and the enforcement of the Constitution to help me in my great missionary work, because I need all support from all true American citizens of the United States of America. Help me to save my people who have fallen from the constitutional laws of government. I am depending on your support to get them back to the constitutional fold again, that they will learn to love instead of hate and will live according to love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, supporting our free national Constitution of the United States of America. Now, the reason I read that, because we also have COINTELPRO operatives that were infiltrated into this movement to take positions of authority of governorship, to tell the people that this Moorish divine national movement has no civic relationship whatsoever. That statement right there is the highest level of civics on the planet, because that's the government rule of nations and is used by nations around the world as a pattern for order and civic. Civics is the science that treats of government and the duties, the capacities of the citizenry, as well as the limited authority of government, and your job is to keep them in check. Don't think so? Look at chapter 29 in your Circle 7 Quran, when it talks about the sovereign power that is given to the brothers wearing the purple robes, playing fake like they ain't supposed to be teaching you government. But I want to show you something. Then I want to show you something. Then I want to see what you know, and then we're going to talk. Now, keep in mind, any questions you ask, write them down, and don't hesitate, because I got alligator skin. You understand? Because it ain't about ducking, it's about fixing things. And when you begin to ask questions, that tells us where the sickness is. And if we've been given the cure, you can't give the light if you don't have the light. But if we give you the light, you have it to share with others. So when the Europeans start coming after your properties or trying to tax you out of your properties, you're supposed to have the knowledge by which to counter that magi who's been calling himself a magistrate. And you're supposed to know that he's a magi. And you got a fez. And you're supposed to know he got one in secret too. And he's living off of you. They're living off your virtues. You need to be able to start preserving your estate. Are we clear? Let me find something here. And I want to see what you're familiar with. Now, the brothers in New York, a few years ago, used my book, Moors and Mexicans, because they was doing a TV show, and the Europeans were up there talking trash, talking about that our family is immigrants coming up here taking American jobs and everything. Europeans. Talking about our family from the South. Well, this is what they had to say. Well, if you think I'm illegal because I'm a Mexican, learn the true history because I'm in my homeland. How about that? Because that's how you need to think. Because we're the Americans, not the Europeans. American is Al-Moroccan. Al, descendant down from Moroccan. American is Al-Moroccan, American. That's your flag. Now, you see this? When Hillary Clinton spoke from the Ben Franklin room, you know why she spoke from the Ben Franklin room? Anybody got any idea? That's after they bombed Benghazi. Why is she got them 3 Moorish flags behind her in Ben Franklin room when they do not speak publicly from the Ben Franklin room? Because they're appealing to the rest of the world, trying to imply that they're not maintaining servitude here, and they absolutely are, because they ain't told these people that they're Moors. But he's appealing to the rest of the world. Why? Because Ben Franklin was a minister plenipotentiary under Muhammad, Sultan of Morocco, when the treaty was set up and the ordinance of 1787 before the adoption of the Constitution for setting up this government, which is not under what? Christian law. It is Muslim law. Now, this is why Obama went to Hikupta, which is Egypt, which you call Egypt, but ain't Egypt. It's Hikupta. And his wife triangulated, went to the Alhambra, the last stronghold of the Moors before the pontifex took place and the Christians overthrew the world. Don't think religion, think Pope of Rome. And it ain't got nothing to do with Jesus. Jesus was Yahudi, or what you call Jew. So don't get it twisted. They've been lying on him comfortably and nobody challenges them. So let me give you some factual information to retie you to your estate so this information makes sense to you. Also, I want you to see this one right here. These are Moors in the kingdom on the other side of Morocco holding up a picture of Noble Drew Ali. That's on the other side at the kingdom. Now, I'm going to go into a treaty book.
Now I'm
Go into the treaty book and
something to y'all, okay?
show you some stuff. I think first I want to show you, hold on, covers. All right.
Come on, y'all. Let's get these likes up and shares out. Let's go. We on X. We on Instagram. Let's go.
Let me see. I'll go in another section and see if I can find it. I got so much stuff. I just try to put some limited stuff here on here, and I still, because I got tons of stuff that I use but I haven't published, and that is the counter to COINTELPRO operators amongst us. That's why one of the reasons why over the years I put the lesson books out of sequence, and this is so as the COINTELPRO operatives counter us, that we put information out later that actually puts a nail in their coffin. That's why a lot of them governors don't like Taji guy, because I don't play with him.
COINTELPRO.
Drew Ali told us take this information to the 4 corners of the world, to all nations. And on our ministers' papers, it says the hedges and the highways, not club. This is the birthright of the people. And it's what we taken to them. But people are afraid that when you get this information that you'll outgrow them real quickly, and they want seat warmers. So what happens is when you start educating people, they have to actually start producing something, because you're not going to follow somebody that can't produce nothing, that's going to play emotional game. Just wait. One of these days, you're going to have an egg sandwich. Just keep praying. You know, and all that kind of, and they said that's to your grandmom, you know, and I'm still waiting for the egg sandwich, and you don't like eggs, you know, but come on. And this is pretty much, they've been getting over on us. Now, hold on. I'll just go into the context. I'll just go into context. Now, I'm going to show you why all of your leader guys must be Masons. And I'm going to show you why all your presidents are Masons, etc. And why they will start telling you that is devil worship so that you don't pay attention to it because you'll be getting back to your lost estate. Save your question just a minute, good brother, and I'm get with you. I ain't gonna forget you. And give him mic too in a minute. See this December the 1st, 1789?
Pay attention.
He's been in office about 7 months.
Pay attention.
He was appointed. He was not elected. He was appointed April the 30th of that same year. Keep in mind, this is the same year, 1789, when the Sundry Free Moors Act was before the House of Representatives, which we'll go into too, to connect you. Are we clear? And this is to show you, for those naysayers and the COINTELPRO operatives that try to make these people think that Drew Ali made this stuff up. He's delivering you, bringing you back your name, your nationality, and a knowledge of your lost estate and a consciousness so that you can reclaim it, so you can stop this stupid Negro colored suffering that you don't have to be doing. You're suffering because you're in dishonor, because you have no estate if you dishonor your mothers and your fathers. You cannot transact business in another man's name and then talk about property. It ain't going to happen. You're 3/5 person. You can't do somebody's name and nationality and talk about you got property or inheritance. I mean, don't get angry, get smart. I mean, yeah, they really trying to take advantage of you, but you don't have to be dumb. Because the information is out there. Even though they've burned books for generations, there's enough information that free anybody that wants to be free. And don't think that scholars don't know this information, but this doesn't feed the black agenda, so they ain't going to reveal it. Do you understand? All right, so let's read this. And I want the children to pay particular attention. And I want you to also recognize why you're not going to find information like this in your school books. Why? Because it will liberate you. Because it puts everything back into context. And it starts to show you who's who. George Washington, and for those scholars who would dispute it, there's your reference from Documents of American History. So don't think the scholars don't know this stuff. They just ain't talking. Letter from George Washington to Muhammad ibn Abdullah, Sultan of Morocco, city of New York, December the 1st, 1789. And he's wearing his Masonic garb, standing on the floor of a Sar set. Those black and white tiles represent a Sar and a Set, the upper world, the lower world. Are we clear? All right. And the G stands for geometry. And that compass and the square is referred to in the Bible as the carpenter's tools. And Jesus was a carpenter. You understand? Good. All right. All right. Now, anyway. Great and magnanimous friend, since the date of the letter which the late Congress, by their president, first sentence let you know that he wasn't the first president, you see, from his own letter. So you see why information like this is dangerous to be exposed to the common people who have been miseducated, who think Georgie was the first president when he was the 9th. Because if they gave you the other history, it begins to tie you back. And the leader guys don't want you to have that information because they can't play the black game and start marching and praying. And they're asking you for $5. Oh, make it 10, Jesus is half. You know, that kind of stuff. Anyway, so I want you to pay attention to this, but when we get into it, I want you to look what is obvious to you, and so that we can get down to some of the politics. And don't forget your question, brother. I ain't forget you. All right? Since the date of the letter which the late Congress by their president addressed your Imperial Majesty, the United States of America, have thought proper to change their government and institute a new one agreeable to the Constitution, of which I have the honor herewith to enclose a copy. So you can understand the Constitution didn't come from them, did it?
Nope.
It was adopted by them. Now you understand what Obama was saying when he tell you that the American Constitution comes from Muslim law? I'm going to go on to Article 11 of the Treaty of Tripoli from the Treaty of Peace and Friendship that Obama read to the world and show you what he was reading and show you how it went over people's heads. And
okay, so I'm going to pause this for a minute, and I want you to I'm going to share something with y'all that Taj loved that I did. I went to Morocco many times, so I want you to pay attention to what he said about Obama. Are y'all ready? I'm just sharing this with you. I'm doing a little intermission for a minute, and let's go here for a second. This is in Tangiers, Morocco, people. I'm going to put this up here for you. This is Tangiers for y'all that don't know. Give me 1 second. That's Tangiers. Okay. If you look at the flags, if you look at the floor, see, Taj can't go, but I was blessed to go there. This is in Tangiers. I'm going to walk y'all through because he's talking about the treaty, right? The book that I'm holding in my hand is the Moors of Tangiers. Is y'all getting this yet? The Moors of Tangiers. Bear with me. This is the book I took with me. Where you see me standing at is the oldest U.S. embassy in Morocco. I did a video earlier and I showed y'all on the walls everything. That it's a timeline. United States. So bear with me. I'm going to walk y'all through and I want y'all to get this, okay? Is everybody all right? I'm going to make it simple. Very simple for you, all right? Give me 1 second. When Taj was just telling y'all about the treaties, right? I want you to see the treaties, all right? This is what Taj was telling you. So that's why I said there's a lot of work to go into this, B. Let me show you the treaties. Bear with me. This is in Tangiers. It's on the wall. You see George Washington? What year did he tell y'all? That's Tangiers. 1789 is written in Arabic right there. There's the treaties in red right there on the wall. Okay, that's the treaty. Let me give you another view of it. Let's pull up the treaty again. Is everybody all right? Let's go to the treaties. Y'all think we be making this stuff up? What more did you know that went over there and showed y'all this? Bear with me. Here you go. There's the treaties right there. The whole one in Arabic. The whole one in English. Treaty of Peace and Friendship. Okay? It's on the wall, people. It's all documented. Okay? I'm going to show you Barack Obama. Give me 1 second. Bear with me. I'm going to pull up Barack Obama in a minute. His picture is actually in there. His picture is sitting inside there. Give me 1 second. This is Barack, city with the Sultan of Morocco. That's why it went over your head, because he said Morocco was the first nation to recognize the United States. This is in Tangiers, Morocco, when I was there. Oh, man, I got a lot of stuff I found when I was in there. Like he said, we know who know. And let me show y'all something that was written on the wall inside there in Tangiers. Okay? So I'm open for this conversation. We, the Congress of the 13 United States of North America, have been informed of your majesty in favorable regards and interests of the people we represent and assure, here it is, 1790, baby. Y'all don't get it? This is on the wall in Tangiers, Morocco. So America is not what y'all think it is. It was the 13 colonies that became the 50. 13 colonies. You would think somebody want to talk to me about this. Y'all don't want to have this conversation with Sabir about this. I was there. Hold up. I got a little bit more before we go back into this conversation. It's a lot of history, Bray. They will never teach you this in school. They're never going to teach you this in school. This is the bookcase that's inside Tangiers, Morocco. I got that book too if y'all looking for it. It's written in 1800s. It's called The Land of the Moors. Land of the Moors. Where's the black land at? Land of the Moors. Right? This is in Morocco. Oh, you don't want that one? Let's show you another one. Let's blow this one up. And you see me taking a picture of it in the back. This is called the country of the Moors. Hold up. I'm going to pull this one up. It's called the country of the Moors. Bear with me 1 second. Country of the Moors. 1800s. They know who you are. These black leaders are playing the hell out of y'all like violins. That's why they don't invite Sabir Bey on none of their platforms. That's why I don't come. You can't have Sabir there. I was there. Hold up. What that year that says 1877? Oh, they know exactly who we are, bruh. So you can sit up here and play this game with the unconscious people and talk about we're black people, brother. We're blacks, brother. Again, the truth don't get supported, people. And this is why Sinetta can take this video and put it online. So I ask everybody on the feed to please support by going to my Zelle, my PayPal, and Chime and open it up. If you want to have this conversation with me, my email is right there, SabirBeyRadio@gmail.com. This was 8 years ago. So remember, this is not Sinetta's video. I have to keep saying this. This is not Sinetta's video. It says Sabir Bey Productions. Sinetta has nothing to do with this video. Nothing. He posted it up and he get hits. And when you get hits, you get likes and you get paid. So please, people, help pay me. It's right here. Help me. Okay. So it's another one I have also. It's more. I have more. This is another one. Why don't the black men in America have a nationality? Sabir Bey Productions. Do it sound like I hate something? I'm just tired of people. Again, I need y'all to share these videos out and prove me wrong. Let's go.
And he's telling you. The time necessarily employed in the arduous task and the disarrangements occasioned by so great though peaceable revolution will apologize and account for your majesty's not having received those regularly advised marks of attention from the United States which the friendship and magnanimity of your conduct toward them afforded reason to expect. The United States having unanimously appointed me to supreme executive authority in this nation, you see he was appointed. Now later on you're going to find out why. Your majesty's letter of August 17, 1788, so this is 2 years before he was appointed. He's talking about correspondences that were going on. How come you ain't getting this in school? Because they don't want you to know that you're standing on Morocco, that the land is Morocco, the occupational government is the United States, distinguished from the land. It's a foreign religious corporation belonging to the Jesuits. You're under occupation. And you're referred to as the Great Masonic Secret. And Mason means mother and son.
Pause. Are y'all getting this yet? Is it over your head yet? Pick up the Constitution with fascinating facts. I'm just giving y'all the facts. When you go to the back of it, it says John Hanson, first president. Oh, really? Are y'all being taught this in school? Are any of y'all being taught this in school that John Hanson was the first president? You can buy this anywhere in a constitutional center in Philadelphia. This is why I said I wish somebody was actually sponsored me. I go back to Philadelphia, B. I do a whole joint in Philly again. I'm almost finished, y'all. This is 2 hours and some change, y'all. So I'm gonna let it roll through. So I hope everybody support right now and share this out. Share it out. I'm open for the dialogue. This was 8 years ago. We did this.
Aset and Horus, or what they call Isis and Horus, or like they say in the church, Jesus and Mary, mother and son, and the study of Masonry. Masonry, that's what Masonry is. More science. Anyway, so the United States having unanimously appointed me the supreme executive authority in this nation, your majesty's letter of August the 17th, 1788, this was 2 years before the appointment, which by reason of the dissolution of the late government already exists, remain unanswered and has been delivered to me. I have also received the letters which your imperial majesty has been so kind as to write in favor of the United States to the Bashars of Tunis and Tripoli, and I present to you the sincere acknowledgments and thanks of the United States for this important mark of your friendship for them. So you see that Marine song? That's one they taught from the halls of Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli. They conquered you. You get the point? All right. Now, we greatly regret the hostile disposition of those regencies, and so you must know that the regencies are the orders or the territorial orders of the Moors. from which they have designed your township, your boroughs, your counties, etc. The Moorish Science Temples of America are actually regencies. They're not only for ministerial work, they're also for national work. And you're supposed to be prepared to take your places amongst the affairs of men via the study of international law enforcement. The rest of the nations have already declared a recognition of you. Why are not you helping in this work? Except that you've been misguided by some people. So we're going to set this stuff straight so that you can comprehend this for yourself. Are we clear? All right, so we greatly regret the hostile disposition of those regencies toward this nation who have never injured them is not to be removed on terms of our power to comply with. As you can see, they couldn't keep up with the taxes. Now you're beginning to understand the Al-Moroccan Revolution on another level, the American Revolution, the Al-Moroccan Revolution. Got to know. Now you understand why when you go to Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, you see all those statues got turbans and fezzes on. Europeans tell them in school, oh, they're Frenchmen. And the Asiatics say, oh, all right. Them statues got turbans and feathers on. Biggest day. Gettysburg Address. So our people, they can't pay. You know, things are in their face and they like lunch. And within our territories, there are no mines with of gold or silver. And this young nation, just recovering from the waste and dissolution of a long war, have not as yet had time to acquire riches by agriculture and commerce. But our soil is bountiful. Pay attention to this, you all. Take notes, take notes, take notes, take notes. Now you want to see why all of your leader guys must be Masons and why they got a Moorish fez in secret. Now look at this. We have not yet had time to acquire riches by agriculture and commerce, but our soil is bountiful and our people industrious, and we have reason to flatter ourselves that we shall gradually become useful to our friends. Pay attention to this paragraph. The encouragement which your majesty has been pleased generously to give to our commerce with your dominions. Where do you think you're standing? Moorish dominions. See why they don't give you real history? Why they reconstructed the history? Reconstruction. They weren't building, they're reconstructing history. So the encouragement which your majesty has been pleased generously to give to our commerce with your dominions, the punctuality with which you have caused the treaty with us to be observed, and the just and generous measures taken in the case of Captain Proctor make a deep impression on the United States and confirm, pay attention, their respect for and attachment to your imperial majesty. The United States is an appendage of the Moroccan Empire. Now you understand in your divine constitution, bylaws, and Drawley said you're part and parcel of this said government must live the life accordingly. Now you understand why Obama told you that this constitution comes from Muslim law and this is not a Christian country. And our people think it's absolutely the opposite with their miseducation and promoted by a lot of their black leaders who are paid off because they know this information, but this will kill that diaspora because you was already here. And this ain't India. And we ain't Indians. Anyway, it gives me great pleasure to have the opportunity of assuring your majesty that while I remain at the head of this nation, I shall not cease to promote every measure that may conduce to the friendship and harmony which so happily subsists between your empire and them, and shall esteem myself happy in every occasion of convincing your majesty of the high sense which in common with the whole nation I entertain the magnanimity, wisdom, and benevolence of your majesty. May the Almighty bless your imperial majesty, our great and magnanimous friend, with his constant guidance and protection, signed George Washington. You'll never see that in the history books because it kills the whole misinformation foundation that he was the first president.
We're going to stop there because it's been going for a minute. So I hope everybody go here and support. We're not done just yet. But I want to share this with y'all because I went to Morocco for these reasons. Nobody sponsored me to go to Morocco. Nobody sponsored me to do any of these things, but I want y'all to understand what it goes into this. So when I go to these places and I get this information, I bring it back to you. I don't have cheerleaders, B. I don't have nobody throwing me thousands of dollars. But I want y'all to understand how much work that go into this. And that's my brother Taj when I first brought him on radio. When you heard me say I brought Taj on radio in Philadelphia, that's me engineering my show. That's my brother Malcolm. So when I came to radio, I came to go to work. Nobody, no sponsors, no corporate sponsor. Nobody saying here's $50,000, Sabir. No, I had to come out my pocket weekly. And it wasn't $100 or $200. It was $300 or $400, bro. That hurts you, for real. And I kept it up from 2003 to 2009, right? And I'm like, yo, I can't do this. My boy, he left me because he couldn't deal with the pressure. And I never stopped. I never gave up. If y'all think this is bitching and moaning, then you try it and see how far you want to get when nobody's sponsoring you or backing you. See how far you're going to get until somebody say you're begging for something. I don't beg for nothing. I do the work, no matter how hard it is. Here's Morocco. That's in Granada. That's the Alhambra right there. That's the Alhambra. This is Washington Irving. I'm walking y'all through because I'm done with that video soon. Okay, I'm done. This is Washington Irving, which the United States government paid this man to go study you. The only thing you probably know of this man is the headless horseman. But they paid this man to go study you. And I'm standing in Granada at the Alhambra. Right there. You don't know anything about this man because they don't tell you about him, about going to the Alhambra. This is Washington Irving. This is Washington Irving, right? This is Washington Irving about the Moors. This is Washington Irving about the Moors. They know everything about you. This is what the black leaders are not going to tell you. So they say avoid Sabir at all costs. This is Washington Irving. He was there. They paid him, the government. And one thing that the European will do is pay their people. God knows how much money to keep you black folks asleep. While you sit up here and talk about the world, the white man, well, the Mexicans, these people taking our, they're taking our land. That's Washington Irving's room right there in the Alhambra. They dedicated a room to this dude. That's crazy. Because he went there and did the research. And they gave him a room. I wouldn't sleep in that motherfucker. I ain't gonna lie to you. I would not sleep inside the Alhambra. Let me show you what was inside Washington Irving's book. How crazy this was in his book. This is Washington Irving's book, and it's still going on. Between two black Moorish horsemen, the Inquisitioners was famous for the hatred of the Moors, and it's still happening to this day. That's why you don't get no one talking about the Moors in the black conscious community, because they know nothing about the history because they never went there. The Inquisitioners was famous. That's in Washington Irving's book. Crazy, right? Kind of crazy. Y'all not being taught that in school, are you? It's in his books. It's in Washington Irving's books. Hold up. But you know everything about Black Lives Matters and the whole Jesus, what you think you believe in Jesus? Nah, bro. They know. They twisted the whole damn story. This is why I said this is a hell of a job to do, bro. This is a hell of a job with facts. I've been there. Hold up. What's this one? Oh, looky here. Moors in here. Ain't that something? I'm not a Moor, brother. I'm a black man, brother. I'm a black man. No, they know who you are. Okay? They know exactly who we are. And the black leaders are playing you. This is why I don't think there's not one of them don't know who I am. They all know who I am. That's Washington Irving. They know. See, Taj may not be able to go, but I can go. And I can pull all this back. This is nothing what I have to show y'all. Trust me, this ain't nothing. So Sanetta's like guys like Sanetta, they'll steal your content, right? Post it up there and get hits off of it. Why you sit up and think I'm begging somebody or gotta beg you. Okay? So it was only 3 people. Thank to my 3 people that just donated and supported for that. That's kind of crazy, right? 3 people. Jarrell, Jamal, Darren. That's it. See how that works? It's crazy, right? But I'm the one that's begging. This is who goes and see your history. That's the Alhambra. I can go down the line with this, bruh. That's why I don't give everything to everybody. For what? Let me show you a little bit more. Is y'all all right? We got a couple more minutes, okay? So let's show a little bit more. I don't just do this, people, on social media. I'm everywhere. So let's go.
They adopted the Constitution for the United States from Muslim law. John Adams, Benjamin Franklin, Thomas Jefferson were all Masons and all deists.
That's City Hall in Philly. They definitely don't support the real.
Basically, the battlefield or the battleground where the Moors lost their fight at. And actually, if you look around, you'll see 4 points that represents the 4 cardinal points: your fire, your earth, your air, your water. And also where the Pope is called the cardinal, but you got 4 ways to go in. North Gate. You got what? North Gate, West Gate, South Gate, East Gate.
East Gate, West Gate, South Gate. It spells news. And of course, you got your zodiac, which is Moorish culture. In the middle of the courtyard, in this building is designed, it's called Ionic and Moorish architecture, designed just like a mosque. And after we go in this area, we're going to go underneath the parapet in the north, which you see right there. And you're going to see that it is the most elaborate of all of the entries. And after the North Gate, you'll see number 1 North Broad Street, the Masonic Lodge, etc. You'll notice also as we walked in the West Gate, because we came in the West Gate, the architecture is in itself generally very elaborate. However, you'll notice that
we both live in California, brother Chris and I. We went to Philadelphia on a cold day like this. That's how serious this is with us.
Extreme care and detail that's placed in the North Gate. For Shakamatsu, that's this territory, is designed just like a mosque. This is the north gate of the mosque. It has a parapet on the top. They have Billy Penn's statue at the peak of the parapet, and he's situated 23.5 degrees east by northeast, facing the Great Masonic Lodge right there. And this is where the Mummers Parade ends that they have every year, and they assemble at 6th and Moor Street. As you'll notice, as we walked into the other area, you'll notice that the cornerstone is in an open grave pit. And you recognize that in the North Gate, the pillars are marble and very elaborate, dressed more elaborately than all the other gates. You also know that North America is referred to its cosmological name, the North Gate.
You see how humble I am? I can fall back. I don't have to take the spotlight of nothing. Never have to take the spotlight of nothing. Your energy speaks for itself, people. I've been doing this long enough, and I give everybody the opportunity. I'm going to show you one more, and shout out to my brother Amadeus Christ again. I'll take you from Philadelphia to wherever, to California, to wherever, to Spain, to Morocco, and I will actually live it up. I mean, come on, fam, let's go. That's what he's going to explain. Let's go, y'all.
Crazy. This is gonna be, I bet you, and Medee. Hey, Purse. Hey, Chris, I bet this is gonna be the dopest documentary watch when people see this shit.
I tell you, and you got to get Medee. You got to get him on the history as far as what he's going to explain to you, man. Just sit down, man. It's going to be dope as hell. We out here in Seville, man. First time this is happening in Seville, Spain. The Moors are coming back, baby. We're coming back. We're taking it back. What up?
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
Not building everything. Columbus team. The tour guide. So that's who I was talking to in the store. So she said, oh, no, somebody in the crowd asked why, what about the Moors? That's what they asked her, what about the Moors, right? She said, oh, they were Arabs. That's what she said. And I said, no, Arab just means an Arab, a person that speaks Arabic, right? So that's what she said. And then we started talking about the Moor. I said, I'm a Moor. She said, shh, don't say that. That's just how she did it. That's just how she did it. She said, oh, don't say that. I said, I'm a Moor. I told him more.
They try to erase every Moor. Like whatever Moor did, they try to erase that and they're trying to make it Islam. We did that. But everybody knows that, because it's still here.
Brother.
Like you say, when you see the architecture, that's us. That's Moor's architecture.
It's Moor's architecture. And that's why I see these arguments amongst our people, man, in the States, it's insane, man. I'm like, you have no idea about history, man. Y'all don't know what happened in Spain. Everything kicked off right here in Spain when the Moors fell. Everything started right here in Spain.
The New World, everything, like Christopher Columbus, what do you call it? The three, and the what were there?
Isabella and
okay, so all the three, they sailed from here?
yeah, they did.
So we all know Christopher Columbus went to the, but where he started from, where he sailed from here. You know what I mean? The story goes like he came, he told them, that's the proof that we went there before Christopher Columbus. Because the whole reason for Christopher Columbus is he came to Isabella here in Seville. He came to Isabella Ferdinand and he told them that I heard there is gold over on the New World. There is a whole New World over there, and I heard there is gold. Where he heard that from? Like where he heard that from? It means Moors, because the Moors they were sailors. So he heard like there is rumors or whatever. Let me find out. So he asked Isabella and Ferdinand, can you like finance me to build 3 boats? And I was just gonna go see the world. I promise you, if I find gold, I'll bring it back to you. And that's exactly what happened. They supplied him. They give him the boats. He found the New World. So when he found the New World, you know what they found there? Like the Aztec, the Maya and stuff. The Maya, like their houses. The walls made of gold, like because they don't know the value of the gold over there. The New World, they don't know. The gold is abundant, so they don't know the value. It's not shiny. They just make walls. They make everything with gold. They're like all this magnificent thing. So they try to trade. Okay, I'll give you something that you don't know, because they brought like horses. They never seen horses here before. They never saw horse. So the first horse they saw is the Arabic horse. Like the horse, like the Moorish horse. Yeah, that's the first horse here. In America, they never seen a horse before. That's why they were like, oh, you know what I mean? They never see, and they don't have the bronze. You know what I mean? So all the gears, the metal gears and stuff, they were like these aliens or something. You know what I mean? So they didn't put up a fight. They give them the gold, whatever gold available, and then enough gold. We want more gold. So when Christopher came back here and the rumor spread that there is gold in the world, everybody wants to go. That's why you see Cortez and this, like you see, like all the Spanish, whatever, they all came after. They all went there after Christopher Columbus. Like 10 years later, 5 years, and they stripped all the gold from the New World and they brought it back here. Now you see all the gold in the churches here. Inside there, there is an altar. When you guys go tomorrow, you'll see it. You'll be like, wow. Like today, I was like, wow.
I seen it.
At least, no exaggeration, guys. No, four stories. From there to that, all gold, solid gold. The story of Jesus, like all depiction of story of Jesus. No exaggeration. You're gonna go there. This is like the biggest cathedral in the world. That's the one right there. It's full of gold, and everywhere in Cordoba. If you want a mosquito.
Let me tell you a story about him real quick. So this is my brother Madib. I've known over 20, probably 25 years. He's from Tunis, which I was at his hometown too. I was in Tunisia also, in Tunis. I remember he never been to Grenada. It's funny as hell. He never been to Grenada, right? And never been to Morocco. He's from Tunis. I remember going back home, Jarrell. You can come on the feed now, I think. But I remember going back home and I paid for Madib to get on the plane, right? I paid for both of our tickets. Crazy, right? It was weird as hell. So we caught a Uber from Center City, Philadelphia to Newark, New Jersey, because it was a little cheaper. I gets to Newark, New Jersey. Now, mind y'all, I need y'all to hear me out. It was $100 to come from, we split it 50-50. It was $100 to come from Center City, Philly to Newark Airport, right? Because we had to get on a plane. My passport says Sabir Bey. His passport says Madib Limba, right? I'm thinking they're not gonna let us on a plane. I swear to God, this he never been. That's about his second time there. When y'all see that, but the first time we went, we was together. I said, nigga, they ain't gonna let us on a plane. This is me. We in Newark Airport, right? We go to the counter, right? Because I was already over there before, so I wanted to bring him so he can be my translator. That's why I wanted Madib to go with me, so Madib can translate, because Madib speaks multiple languages, which we all speak one. Madib speaks multiple languages. It's from Tunis. We get to the counter. We put our passports down. I think it was like $400 round trip, 400 for both of us, 4. So I gets there. We put our passports on the counter. Yo, I said they're not gonna let us on a plane. So they held Madib up, right? Because I'm thinking that they're looking at our names now. So Madib John kept going off. The aunt said, you can't go, you can't leave, right? So we trying to figure out what was going on. I said, I told you, Madib, it's our names, man. It's our names, man. Madib has two passports. He have a Tunisian passport and a U.S. passport, two of them. Tunisian passport, but he only bought his U.S. passport. The U.S. passport was getting ready to expire. I need y'all to follow me for a second. So 6 months before your passport expire, you can't travel overseas. 6 months before, this is how I had to learn. 6 months before it expires, you can't travel overseas. So we at the airport, I didn't know that. So I'm getting pissed off now. Madib was like, just go, Sabir. I said, no, I'm not going to go if you're not going to go. That's how the type of person I am. I said, if you're not going to go, I'm not going to go. He said, no, it's not. You can't waste no money. I didn't get the money back. I couldn't get the money back. I want y'all to understand the type of person I am. So I didn't get that $400-something back. Couldn't. He couldn't get on a plane because his passport was getting ready to expire. I said, why don't you go to New York, go to the U.S. Embassy, and the U.S. Embassy will give you a passport right there if you already have one. So he didn't want to do that. That nigga went through a carton of cigarettes almost. He was sitting outside smoking. He's pissed now. I'm more pissed at the same time. And I'm outside trying to get this guy to come and saying, look, son, I won't go. We just try to figure it out. I'll try to figure out to get the money back, blah, 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 blah. Didn't work out. He said, no, Sabir, go. I'll come the next time. We'll work it out the next time. And that was the next time right there. So that's how that worked. I think there was the time before that, but that was the third time. So he had to pay $100 to go back to Philadelphia. I just got on the plane and left. So I want y'all to understand what goes into this. It's not free. I wish somebody dropped me 50 grand. Oh my God, man. Let somebody sponsor me for 50 grand. I'd do a damn movie. You follow me? So I want you to understand what goes into this and how I would always be the person that sacrificed what I'm doing for other people. But other people are selfish as hell.
You see how that gold, all that the Maya, the Aztec, the whatever, they took all the gold and they brought it here to Isabel and Ferdinand. And that's why it became the great empire, the Spanish Empire great, because the gold. They're rich now, you know what I mean? So they own the world for whatever, the next 500 years.
What's going to happen? God willing.
Selling your car to Carvana is easier than you think. In just seconds, we can give you a real offer good for $7.
Stop talking to this European history that's here.
Jesus, like,
It's our history, man, and we don't know. So listen, I hope y'all got something out of this. I hope y'all, really do. There's a book that y'all should pick up also. I'm gonna put this up here for y'all. I do have this book, and don't try to get it online because it's not the original one, people. It's a book called Africa versus America, people. This book right here is a hell of a book. Africa versus America. There is one online, but it's not the original one. It's only 200-something pages, people. This is the original. If you want to know the history or the connection between Africa and America, this is the book to get. So please, people, I hope y'all enjoyed this 2 hours. I hope, and thank you for the 3 people that actually donated. But if you would like to, you can go there. But thank you, my brothers, for helping out. But listen, do me a favor. I am on X. Please share this out on X, Real Sabir Bey on X, Real Sabir Bey on Instagram, YouTube, TikToks, whatever it is. Share it out. But listen, y'all, think bigger. Have a wonderful Sabbath. I'll be back again with more of Kaba tomorrow. Okay, let's go. Share it out.
Gather around. Oh yeah. Think bigger.
Think bigger, y'all.
Think bigger.
This is about life.
Realize your life.
Think bigger, people.
Realize.
Young and struggling out there bucking, let me sing a song for you. This song ain't for everybody, this is for the chosen few. Those is born with purpose, never worthless, this is all for you. You hearing me at this moment, cause the spirit is calling you. Something pressing inside, revealing this truth and calling you. But if you don't understand the acronym Simone brought to you, the media will lead your mind to do things you don't want to do. Like this in your own heritage and the lineage that belongs to you. This is what a colonist's about. This is all of you, the past, the present, the future, and what you're gonna do. It's not just about now, it's about tomorrow too. You are the cultural foundation of those that will follow you. Just like you model the past, the future gonna model you. So what from this era are you telling the future it has to do? When the future looks back, will they really respect or laugh at you? These are the real questions that real life will be asking you. But if you're distracted by the temptations that they flash in you, you won't see the opportunities that steady passing you. This is why, despite the criticisms, I bring the class to you. Because culture ain't about now, it's about who comes after you.
Think bigger. Think bigger. Think love.
Hear me on this second take. KRS is never fake. Go ahead, get your dinner plate. But let me now get something straight. Ain't nobody hating on you, young, it's how you do your do. But you too young to see how these corporations are using you, culturally abusing you, picking and choosing you, programming your mind through the music lines you cruising to. Think about the future you, the higher you, the super you. Or will the future you turn out to only be the stupid you? Knowledge reigns supreme, learn this theme, it never goes away. The culture keeper, the teacher, this is what I'm supposed to say. There's got to be a better way. They hear our music every day. B-boys getting blown away, but coming outside anyway. We try to get outside and see the park. Power from a street light made the place dark. But yo, we didn't care. We turned it out. I know a few understand what I'm talking about. Remember, Drugs, river, pulling triggers, counting figures, pouring liquor, lyric spitter, shaking, shiver, glaring glitter. The mic mixer, I'm just a party ripper, OJ vodka sipper. Here's a little advice, think bigger.
Think bigger. Think bigger. Think bigger. Think love. Think peace. Think life. Think free. Think bigger.
I want to give a shout out to KRS One's wife. That was G. Simone Parker, KRS and KRS One's wife. That track was called Think Bigger. And think bigger, people. Share the videos out. I thank y'all so much for joining me. Next time, I'll see y'all tomorrow probably, God willing. But share the videos out. Peace.